Nahoo, 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 Nahoo.
Hello viewers, this is Nahoo News Weekly, presenting the news to you. It's me, Gifty McConnell. Stay tuned. Moving on to our first news, the Federal President Sahle-Work Zewde said mutual support and solidarity should be strengthened. The 81st Victory Day celebration was attended by patriotic fathers, senior government officials, youth, teenagers, members of the public, and ambassadors of various countries. Addressing the gathering, the President Sahle-Work Zewde stressed that handing over the country to a peaceful generation is not a matter of choice but an obligation. The secret of our victory is our heroism and our unity as a nation. We must make Adwa, patriotic victory, a living history that we continue to renew the spirits of all the country. All Ethiopians need to talk, understand, and adjust our direction. When we commemorate heroes, we must make sure that we are determined to produce more heroes for our country. We have no choice but to stand together, said the president. Speaking on the occasion, Daniel Jote Mesfin, president of the Association of Ancient Ethiopian Heroes and Patriots, said the current generation should work for national unity. The 72nd European Day will be celebrated on May 5th. Addis Ababa-based diplomats from the European Union made statements on the occasion. The European Union, which was formed 5 years after the end of World War II, is said to have achieved significant results in the political and economic integration of the 72 European countries over the past 7 decades. EU Ambassador to Ethiopia, Roland Kobia, on the occasion said Ethiopia and the European Union have more than 40 years of diplomatic relations. He said that the European Union are working together on bilateral international issues, adding that Ethiopia has strong ties not only with the EU but also with member states. EU Commissioner Roland Kobia, who said the EU is the second largest trading partner of Ethiopia, said it was benefiting from the EBA, or free market access, by importing duty-free goods into Europe. For his part, EU Ambassador to the African Union, Gipo, said Africa and the EU have strong ties and that the EU has opened its first embassy in Africa in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia. Family members say the TPLF is arresting parents whose children have not been involved in the war. A young man from Tigray who spoke to the BBC said his parents and uncle have been arrested because family members have refused to sign up for the war. The young man, who wanted to remain anonymous for his and his family's safety, said, "They told my father, bring your son. When he couldn't do that, they arrested him for a month. They then released him and told him to bring my brother. I don't know in what condition he is in now. He was arrested after last I spoke to him." According to the young man, his older brother did not want to take part in this war. "My brother is big. If he wanted to, he could go without my father's permission. But they took my father," he told the BBC. The head of foreign affairs of Baitona and Abai Tigray Party, Kibron Berehe, told the BBC that his mother had been arrested by the TPLF because his younger sister refused to join the TPLF army during the war. Any resident of Tigray state said that there were currently many problems in the region, one of which is that parents are forced to send their children to fight. Ethiopian Diaspora Agency announces that Shawwal will be held in Harar from May 9th to May 11th. Following the Eid al-Fitr program, symposiums on state building and the role of the diaspora will be held in Shawwal, Harar, and Jijjiga. The symposium to be held in Jijjiga was held on Saturday, April 28th at 3 a.m. Shawwal will be held in Harar from May 9 to May 11. The agency's representative also said that following the call from Eid to Eid, It has also provided options for diaspora who wish to participate in the forums to register. April 27 sees stabilization of Eritrean refugees. Eritrean refugees arrived at Dabat International Refugee Camp, North Gondar Zone, free of war threats. The representative of the center, Ato Tamrat Demise, said the new center is currently hosting more than 8,000 Eritrean refugees and plans to relocate 23,000 refugees. A large number of refugees have fled the Adi Harush refugee camp in the war-torn Tigray region and are now in the Dabat refugee camp. The refugees recalled that while they were in Tigray, many refugees were injured in the groups fighting. They have started a peaceful life since arriving at the new center. According to Tamrat Demise, representative of International Center for Refugees, the center is providing food, clothing, shelter, and other humanitarian assistance to the refugees. He said work is underway to increase the number of refugees to 23,000 in the coming months. The Battle of Sambe is said to reflect the history of Oromo in the construction of Ethiopia. The story of Sambe is the second undisputed story of Oromo in Ethiopian construction, said Saada Osman, head of the Oromia Culture and Tourism Bureau. The Battle of Sambe was one of the first in a series of fierce battles between the Oromo patriots against the invasion of fascist troops in Sambe, as retaliation after their defeat in the Battle of Adwa. Although the fascists launched an offensive on Mount Sambe in southwestern Ethiopia in 1933, they lost more than 1,500 troops and had seized more than 20,000 weapons by Oromo warriors. In this area of Gore town in Illu Abbabora zone, Oromo heroes fought the fascist invasion and saved the town. It is said that in 1928, Gore was made the capital of Ethiopia for several months, after King Haile Selassie I of Ethiopia and their ministers convened and named the city the capital of Ethiopia. A British consulate was opened in the city during this period. The head of the bureau, Saada Osman, said this part of history has been hidden for a long time. She also mentioned that the Oromo people have played a significant role in the history and construction of Ethiopia during the celebration of the victory for the first time this month. This was the end of our news. Please stay tuned with the rest of our programs on Nahoo television. Presenting the news to you was me, Gifty Makonnen. Good day.